So I went to the Nudist beach last week and I did a little video about that. It was really beautiful and serene and calm and incredible. And I've been there many, many times and I love it so much. But my first time was not as easy as it is now. It took me a while to start to integrate and feel comfortable going to a nude beach, comfortable taking my clothes off, comfortable being seen naked in a public area. Now I'm very comfortable and I don't have a problem, but in the beginning it was scary, right? And I have a number of friends here in Vancouver who have never been or would never go to Rec Beach, to the nudist beach, just absolutely terrified of the idea. So I want to talk a little bit about like what makes people so scared about getting naked in front of other people in public. What has taken us to this place of so much fear of our bodies and other people seeing our bodies and us seeing other people's bodies. Because really, once you get comfortable at the nudist beach, at this particular beach here, it is so beautiful and it feels so good just to not be wearing anything, just to let the sun touch your whole body, not to worry about clothes. And nobody cares. There are all sorts of shapes and sizes and ages. Nobody cares that you're naked. You just get used to the naked body. And, so I wish more people could have this experience. I always encourage couples to go together so that they start to feel it's like in a little adventure and a different experience. It kind of pushes the edges for both of them, or maybe just for one of them, but certainly will push the edges for you as a couple to go naked in public. But I really encourage it because it enlivens your life. It brings back so much. It brings so much juiciness into your life. It's just so. It's such a welcoming place, a non-judgmental place, and it feels great on the body. So, what is this fear? This fear. This fear. I wanted to talk about a number of things, but this fear isn't just about being naked. So people are mostly terrified of being judged, compared, exposed, not just physically, but also emotionally. So, we are, even when we're walking on the street, there's this fear of judgment from others and, oh, that person looked at me weird and, oh, what do people think of me, what I'm wearing? But imagine what you're feeling when you're naked if you're feeling judged even in the regular society. So it's hard to let go of that judgment and just feel free and know that you're okay and that you're safe. Society trains us to associate nudity with shame, performance, and sexuality. So, yes, nudity goes with sexuality, but in these kinds of environments like a nudist beach or a clothing optional beach, it's not about sexuality. It's about just starting to feel comfortable naked in public, in a beach area, in an environment where it is permissible to be naked, getting comfortable with your body. And that leads me to the next item is the shame that people have around body image, right? And this comparison culture. There's so much about comparing oneself with what you see in media, what you see in the popular culture as to what your body should look like or how it should be. But when it comes down to it, we all have very, very, very different, unique bodies. And ultimately, we want to be able to love our own body as much as possible, because if we don't, who is going to? So we have this fear of not looking good enough, in this in a naked space where there's lots of people, and we just it's like, well, I'm too fat, or I'm too this, or I'm too that, and I'm not going to look good enough. Which in a nudist scenario, a naked beach, it's just not a problem at all, because there are so many shapes and sizes, and it's interesting to see all the body types, of course, but ultimately each person is there to shed that shame and just say, here I am, this is who I am. I mean, I've seen people down there who have had various kinds of surgeries, breast removals, different kinds of things, different things. Body goes through a lot of different kinds of experiences in a lifetime. So we don't need to be shameful about that. This is our body. We have to love it, and if we love it, we don't care one flying fuck what anybody else thinks, right? So, again, it's just really, really liberating. It's also very liberating to see real bodies in their unapologetic form, right? Just to see people coming out and saying, this is me, and you can do the same. Working on the self-love, working on loving your absolute body image and loving your partners and encouraging each other, supporting each other, going together and having fun and liberating yourselves. Liberating your bodies, liberating what you look like, and it liberates your mind, it liberates you emotionally, because there's all this restriction on feeling judged and all this shame that we hold on to. So the other thing is this fear of breaking social rules, right? This social rules of being proper. And there's a lot of fear in, well, I can't do that. That's not a proper thing to do, to walk around nude in front of other people. And what are they going to think of me? And, we're very conditioned to dress certain ways and cover up parts of our body. And it feels very rebellious and might trigger discomfort when you go nude because it's really going against the grain. But that's why I suggest it, because this is about pushing the edges of your comfortability and exploring into new territory. But this is also partially what this other aspect here is that people think that a certain thing is going to happen at this nudist beach, and they have certain preconceptions about the naked beach as opposed to what actually really happens, the reality. Now, the main beach area is public. There's actually even some young children there. There's people of all ages. It's public. You can be there. You can be naked. Everybody is very supportive of each other, and there are people that come down there kind of looky-loos, but they're curious, like, oh, what is this naked beach thing all about? And they eventually, I see people come fully clothed and eventually take off layers, right? What I know, some people I know think that it's just a big sex party, that everyone's staring at you. It's going to be very, very awkward. And it's really completely opposite that. I mean, you can create that kind of scenario if you want. If you project that, well, everybody's staring at me. I mean, these people are all down here to stare at me and look at me. And I feel like, you can create that. But I would suggest you spend some time, like, loving your body first. And you don't even have to go down the first time and take off your clothes. You can just maybe go topless, or maybe not take all your clothes off at all. There's many people that are clothed down there, but they like the liberation and the freedom that they could potentially get naked. And they will one day. They will one day. As they go down there, I see this happening to people. And this happened to me too. First going down there clothed, like, what's going on? What's this all about? Oh, cool. People are naked. Okay, all right. And the next time, topless. All right. Feels kind of bizarre because it's not something I'd ever done before, go topless. And so it took me a number of times until I actually went fully naked. But I really believe this is the freedom that you might be craving. And it was the freedom that I was craving, just to be fully exposed. And now I walk through the forest, because there's a long forest walk to the main beach. And I feel like this forest nymph, and I just feel like nature surrounding my body. I feel so free in my body. I feel so accepting in my body. I have this incredibly sensual connection with nature, because this particular beach, and most beaches, have a lot of nature, the water and the sand, and probably in a forest. And the one here in Vancouver is down this long cliff. So you're really going into sort of a spiritual, natural kind of place. And it's just this playful self-expression. as you go into this kind of different mode of being. It's really taking you into another aspect of who you are, and it really brings a lot of freedom. The beach, or I'm going to say one little last thing here, the beach becomes a metaphor for shedding more than just clothes. It's for shedding shame. Okay, so I strongly encourage you to try to take this step in exploration. This is a part of being an explorer, and do it with your partner if you are with a partner, because it's even more fun then, because you support each other, you cheer each other on, and both of you together can work on shedding all the shame that you've been holding on, and that you've been holding on in your lifetime and generations before you, and shed that shame and just be the natural you that you are. All right, let me know in the comments below if you have gone to a naked beach, a nudist beach, a clothing optional beach. Let me know. Let's talk about what your experience was like. Okay, love to hear from you. Much love making.